Diddy's daughters Delilah, Chance, and Jessie are coming to Diddy's rescue and are allegedly forcing his victims to sign letters saying that Diddy is innocent. Fans are peeling back the layers of Diddy's relationship with his adopted daughter, Ava Baroni Combs, and the story keeps getting wilder. Let's break it down.
And after nearly a 2-month trial with 34 witnesses and hours of salacious testimony, a jury of 8 men and 4 women finds Sean Diddy Combs not guilty of racketeering and sex trafficking, but guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. The judge is currently deciding right now whether Combs will actually be released today. His defense arguing that since the music mogul was acquitted of the most serious crimes, he should be able to go home. Once court was adjourned, family members cheered today's verdict. Combs' son, Christian, telling ABC News how happy he is.
Hey, yo, we love y'all. We love everybody watching. So happy. Pop's coming home. God bless. God bless the whole world.
What was going through your head when the verdict was read? Happy.
This isn't the first time that Diddy's children have tried to save him. During his trial, Diddy's family posted videos of Diddy singing his daughters a happy birthday song from behind bars. These videos were posted on social media and gained millions of views. Keep in mind that Diddy was barred from posting on social media, and according to prosecutors, all of this was a PR stunt designed to make him look good.
All right, sing happy birthday to Daddy.
Happy birthday to Daddy. Happy birthday. Keep going.
Happy birthday to Daddy. Keep going.
Go. Happy birthday to Daddy. Yay!
Yay!
I love y'all so much.
We love you too.
Love you, Pops.
I can't wait to see y'all.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see y'all. And I just want to say I'm proud of y'all, especially the girls. I mean, all of y'all, but just for being strong. Thank y'all for being strong, and thank y'all for being by my side and supporting me. I love y'all. I got the best family in the world. My birthday, I'm happy. Thanks to y'all giving me this call. Thank you very much. I love y'all.
We love you more too. Can't wait to see you.
Now, there are reports that Diddy's daughters are in contact with his victims. Victim 9 from the trial, Virginia Huon, who testified that Diddy abused her, was seen meeting Diddy's daughters Delilah, Chance, and Jessie. Days after this meeting, Virginia submitted a letter to the judge saying that she believed Diddy is a kind person who deserves to be with his family. What changed Virginia's mind, and was she threatened by Diddy's family?
A pivotal figure in the Sean Diddy Combs trial revealed surprising support for the media mogul. In a letter obtained by E! News, Virginia Huon, a previously anonymous ex-girlfriend referred to as victim number 3 across his ongoing court saga, said Diddy deserves bail ahead of his sentencing in October, following his conviction surrounding transportation for prostitution. Virginia now writing to the trial judge August 3rd. While the romance was not always perfect, the rapper was willing to acknowledge his mistakes and make better decisions in the future, inspiring her to, quote, respectfully request that the court permit his release on bond while the case proceeds. Virginia adding in her plea, to my knowledge, he has not been violent for many years, and he has been committed to being a father first. And the dad of 7s made visible efforts to become a better person and to address the harm he had caused. This as Diddy's legal team makes moves to overturn his convictions, or else send everyone back to court in a brand new trial, one without evidence surrounding sex trafficking and racketeering. The counts his jury returned with not guilty verdicts. Meanwhile, Diddy's denied all allegations stemming from his federal indictment since day one, and for now, he's set to learn his sentence October 3rd.
Let's be clear. Diddy's victims aren't suddenly forgiving him for everything he did. The only reason most of the people against Diddy testified was because they thought he wouldn't get out of jail. They thought they were safe. Now that they know Diddy has been declared innocent, it's only a matter of time before Diddy gets his revenge.
Among those waiting on the edge of their seats for the verdict in the Sean Diddy Combs trial Trial was singer Aubrey O'Day. She starred on Diddy's reality show Making the Band and for years has been going public warning about Combs. Now she tells Inside Edition hearing he may soon go free felt like a gut punch.
Pop star Aubrey O'Day is in shock after today's stunning verdict in the Sean P. Diddy Combs trial. I spoke to her minutes after Combs was found not guilty on the most serious charges. What was your reaction to hearing this verdict?
It's literally a gut punch. That is not good enough. Let me make it very clear, it's not good enough, okay? We're not normalizing this.
O'Day first met Diddy when he picked her to star in an all-female singing group after she competed on the MTV show Making the Band in the early 2000s. You've been speaking out about Sean Diddy Combs, raising alarm bells for years.
A lot of good it did me. My heart is with Cassie. She and all the women that testified had to sit on the stand while the world has debated their credibility and worth.
During Diddy's recent bail hearing, Diddy's daughters left the courtroom after the judge recounted Diddy's crimes. It's clear that Diddy's daughters are disgusted by his crimes, but they're under pressure from Diddy to keep supporting him. Behind the scenes, sources say the girls are scared. On one hand, they want to get away from Diddy and distance themselves from the accusations. On the other, they're afraid of what Diddy might do once he gets out.
Diddy's family is by his side as he appears in court, as the music mogul faces charges of racketeering, sex trafficking, force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution, all of which he has pleaded not guilty to. Diddy's mom, Janice Combs, sons Quincy, Justin, and Christian, as well as 18-year-old daughter Chance and 17-year-old twins Delilah and Jesse, have all been in the courtroom.
Didn't know that your wife got urinated on and then found this out in court.
It's a lot.
Could you handle that?
But let me tell you, not only because he had left, he was in the back of the court and then he went. I think they took up to like a back room. But the all the Diddy kids are there, right? So his daughters are there. I was sitting behind them. It was awkward for me to watch them have to listen to all of this. After he started, the male Esther started getting into a lot of the masturbation and stuff. They got up and left.
Who told him to leave? Did Diddy say leave or?
No, Diddy didn't tell them to leave. I don't know if there was a conversation or not. I looked up from writing and I saw them get up, so I don't know. But I know that they were like checking on each other throughout. I saw them ask like Christian at one point, like, "You okay?"
Diddy's daughters know that Diddy is dangerous, and if they don't agree to everything that Diddy wants, he's going to come after them too. Back in 2020, Diddy revealed that he had adopted a 12-year-old girl, Ava Baroni, and that Ava actually wanted a black father. During an Instagram Live, Diddy even kissed Ava on the cheek after she said that she had been living on the streets before Diddy adopted her. A report by TMZ later revealed that Diddy never officially adopted Ava. Shockingly, Ava's face matched perfectly with pictures of a missing child who was lost around the same time that Diddy claimed to have adopted Ava. Ava has since gone missing and never been seen again with Diddy. What happened to Ava? And is she the reason why his other daughters are scared?
You guys remember Ava Baroni Combs, the video that we shared and talked about together?
Ava Baroni Combs? Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child.
On the streets, and then Papa Combs.
I did some digging around and found some old photos that go back many years. She was with him when she was very, very young, so she is in fact his adopted daughter. Some are saying this woman in the background here is her mother, but nothing is confirmed. You can see she's been with him in interviews, hanging out with Diddy's daughters. She was seen everywhere with Diddy's daughter. Here's another one. And I mean, they go way back. And here's a few more. So it shows that, yes, indeed, they spent time together and they grew up together. This is, in fact, their sister and Diddy's adopted daughter. However, I found a video that is so suspect. I want you guys to check it out and tell me what you think.
This is my life.
A lot of cars now.
This is because I am a great father, but I'm sleeping with the girl. Tell me, who do y'all have a crush on? Tell Daddy the truth.
I don't know about you guys, but that video and the way Diddy's acting raises so many questions. So many are asking, where's Ava Baroni Combs now? This is the most recent photo I found. There's another one I'm going to show you, which is this one right here. But sisters and Diddy are nowhere to be found.
All of Diddy's children are prepared to offer up their passports in exchange for his bail. Diddy's legal team had applied for bail again, offering $50 million in exchange for his freedom. In this bail request, Diddy's attorneys offered a $50 million bond package, backed by his Miami mansion, complete passport surrender of all his family, no travel, no phone or internet access, and house arrest under private security.
Update on Diddy's legal problem. So Diddy's legal team has just filed a motion for bail. They're offering $50 million. They're, basically arguing that it's unfair that he's behind bars, given the nature of his conviction. His attorneys are asking the judge to approve the $50 million bond package, and they want him to live on house arrest in his Miami mansion while he waits, for his convictions. Now, the judge, has ordered Diddy to remain in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center until October 3rd, when his sentencing is set. So, and remember, the judge also, cited during the case that Diddy's admitted violence towards his former lovers, including Cassie. He said, quote, "It's impossible for the defendant to show he possesses no danger to any person." So he said that. So that's the reason he felt that he needed to stay behind bars. So I'm wondering, if this, if this will still apply as they're arguing this.
Let's see what's going to happen with this Diddy trial. Federal prosecutors are now responding to Diddy trying to get out, right, while he's waiting to get sentenced. And so basically what prosecutors are saying is that they believe that his response, that his crimes reflect aggravating, not mitigating factors, and they want to justify his continued incarceration. Diddy had said that he's just a John. He's not the one that participated in having these male escorts. He only watched, and his ex-girlfriends are the ones that had. Well, they said that ignores the fact that he transported individuals for the purpose of hundreds of occasions over the course of decades. And they also said he did ply Cassie and Jane Doe with drugs to make sure they would participate in marathon freak-off sessions while victimizing them through his violent outbursts. So they said he should not be released on a $50 million bond because he does pose a danger.
Diddy's lawyers are fighting to get him released. According to some sources, Diddy was an FBI informant. Suge Knight has repeatedly said that Diddy was feeding information to the feds for years, and he's going to get out without a scratch. The cops knew exactly what Diddy was involved in, but he never got indicted. This doesn't just happen. Diddy was open about his crimes because he knew no one would touch him.
Suge, do you think he's going to be all right because someone's going to tamper with the jury? Is that what you're trying to say?
He got enough influence, and I'm quite sure. Don't seem like the prosecution is that bad against him. Don't seem like I think he got some favors with the government. I think they're going to show him a little leeway. It might not seem like it when it's all said and done, but I don't think he has nothing to worry about. I don't think he's worried because he's going to be federal. And if he get convicted, Trump's going to pardon him. So what's the worry?
You think the President of the United States would pardon Sean Combs for trafficking?
He pardoned Michael Harris, who allegedly killed a Jewish teenager or had him killed. So they don't care about that. It's all about, what's in it for the long run and what the bucks say and what the power of the people want.
How does it go on for so long? When we were on the street, we didn't get a day's rest. I mean, the government was all over us. The FBI is all over us. They got investigations on us. They got informants. They got surveillance equipment.
He was not cutting you off, but he was an informant for years.
Was he really?
Yeah. That's why when people was like, oh, he's going to run, he's not. It's the reason why these type of people get caught up. They always been telling they're bigger than the law because they part of the law, And as you know, all these people get tired of their rats.
Diddy's lawyers are now trying to get his trial thrown out altogether. His lawyers are trying to overturn his convictions, now saying that since Diddy only hired adult workers and didn't participate in any of the acts, he can't be held liable. They're also making an argument that Diddy was actually shooting adult films. If by some miracle Diddy's lawyers manage to overturn his convictions, Diddy could end up walking as a free man. If Diddy manages to walk away from this, everyone who testified against him is going to be in danger.
Sure. So the Mann Act was passed in 1910, and it's changed a few times through the years. But really what it's geared at, what it's focused on, is prosecuting people who make money from the business of prostitution. And that's not the allegation against Mr. Combs. The allegation of Mr. Combs, what the jury found, essentially was that he was a user of services provided by sex workers, essentially a John, for lack of a better word. And the Mann Act just historically hasn't been applied to Johns. It's a financial statute. It's really been applied at people who look to make money. And so, since that's not how it's being applied here, we made the argument that we have to, under the case law and the statutes in this area, that this is an exceptional reason, and that Mr. Combs should be considered for release on bail because of it.
Well, Diddy is upping his offer to the government. He wants out of jail right now. You know that he is still behind bars at Brooklyn MDC while he is awaiting his sentence in October. But right after he was sentenced, they tried to get out on bail. They made an offer. They said, we'd like for him to be released on $1 million bail. The judge shut that down. So now it's like he's playing Let's Make a Deal, right? How about this, Your Honor? What if we offer a $50 million bail package? The money has gone up, but the reason that he thinks he should get out is because he says what he's convicted of were non-violent offenses.
And he's right. He's right that he was convicted on 2 counts of the Mann Act. The Mann Act is hiring a prostitute and taking the prostitute across state lines. It's a non-violent crime.
This might sound unbelievable, but Diddy has already been granted a hearing date based on these claims. If the judge thinks this argument holds merit, Diddy could get out on appeal or be granted a new trial without any of the striking charges.
Diddy has a new court date set by the judge to try to argue that he wants a full acquittal of his charges, or he wants a new trial on the 2 transportation to engage in prostitution charges. Diddy has submitted a motion to the judge saying that he believes for a lot of different reasons he should either be granted an acquittal of the 2 charges that he was found guilty of, or he thinks that he needs a brand new trial. And instead of the judge totally denying this motion, he did set a court date for September 25th for Diddy and his team and the prosecution to argue back and forth about this. All of this is happening 1 week before Diddy's sentencing hearing is supposed to take place on October 3rd. Some of Diddy's arguments on why he believes he should be granted a new trial or a total acquittal is that he believes that he should have never been charged under the Mann Act, and he basically wants the law rewritten. He doesn't believe he should be charged with this because he never had physical relations with these escorts, and he also is trying to argue that he's typically like a John, and he's not somebody that made money off of these workers. He also said he believes the prosecution didn't even show enough evidence. He believed that they didn't show payment to these escorts for the purposes of physical relations with his girlfriends. He's also trying to say that the freak-off videos that he filmed of his girlfriends with these workers is because he's a producer of amateur adult films. Another big thing to note in Diddy's motion to the judge about this, he basically says if the judge does not give him an acquittal of these charges or a brand new trial on these charges, then Diddy is going to put in his appeal to try to get his conviction overturned. You do have to remember that the appeal process is usually not very successful, and it takes a long time to get there. So basically, Diddy is trying this route because it's faster than the appeal process, and he's doing it because his sentencing hearing is coming up very soon. So Diddy disagrees with what the jury convicted him of, and he's saying for all of these different reasons, he wants this whole case tossed, or he wants a brand new trial to try to fight these charges all over again.
Prosecutors are trying to get the longest possible sentence for Sean Diddy Combs. Federal guidelines don't limit the length of Diddy's sentence, and if the judge wants, he can send Diddy to prison for life.
July, Combs was convicted on 2 prostitution-related charges, each carrying a maximum sentence of 10 years. He was found not guilty on the more serious racketeering charges.
Today's a great victory.
After the July verdict, prosecutors initially expected Combs would face a prison term of 4 to 5 years, according to CBS News. However, according to a written submission filed Thursday in a Manhattan federal court, as reported by the Associated Press, the expected sentence is now substantially higher. The submission also opposed Combs' request to be released on a $50 million bail ahead of his October 3rd sentencing. The filing also says Combs must remain in custody until sentencing unless he can prove exceptional circumstances, and according to prosecutors, he cannot. This comes after a previous bail request for $1 million was also denied following the verdict. A federal judge ruled there was no evidence to suggest Combs doesn't pose a danger to others or the community. With these latest developments, Combs will remain in jail until his sentencing on October 3rd.
CNN confirmed a few weeks ago that Diddy's lawyers had been in talks with the Trump administration over a potential presidential pardon. Diddy's lawyers had been denying this since day one, but the White House staff has confirmed that they are in talks with Diddy's lawyer. Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, said that Diddy ordered him to request a pardon from Donald Trump.
Trump now clarifies his comments during an interview with Newsmax on August 1st.
Sean Diddy Combs,
right?
Would you consider pardoning him?
Well, he was essentially, I guess, sort of half innocent.
Yes.
I don't know what they do. He's still in jail or something, but
yep.
He was celebrating a victory, but he seems, I guess it wasn't as good as a victory. Probably, you know, I was very friendly with him. I got along with him great. And seemed like a nice guy. I didn't know him well. But when I ran for office, he was very hostile.
He said some not so nice things about you, sir.
Yeah, and it's hard, you know, like you, we're human beings.
Right.
And we don't like to have things cloud our judgment, right? But when you knew someone and you were fine, and then you run for office and he made some terrible statements. So I don't know, it's more difficult. It makes it more, I'm being honest, it makes it more difficult to do.
But more likely a no for Combs,
I would say
like.
so.
Your White House official declined to comment on, quote, speculation and told us any decision on pardons would come from the president himself. Combs' attorney, Mark Agnifilo, said he has not talked to the Trump administration about it.
You mean to tell me that you really have nothing to do with a possible pardon right now?
Nothing. I have nothing to do with a possible pardon.
What is Sean Combs saying about the possibility of a pardon?
I think he knows I'm not political. We've never discussed it other than I tell him what's in the news about it. But, you know.
And what's his reaction? Does he laugh? Does he say, let's look into it? What does he say?
Go tell him that I need a pardon. Go tell him I deserve a pardon. That's what he said.
How are you preparing him?
So, I tell him what the guidelines are, you know, and the guidelines are about 2 or 3 years. And I tell him, you know, the judge could go above the guidelines.
Do you have any regrets in how you tried this case?
It's a good question. Not really. Not really.
You called the relationship between Combs and Ventura a great modern love story. Ventura says she was raped, physically abused, and became addicted to drugs because of Combs.
I think that's what makes it, we vehemently deny. And I know, I respect that she said that. I don't think the jury concluded that that happened. In terms of the, you know, the drugs and the other stuff, I think that's what makes it a modern love story. I think she very much loved him, and I know he very much loved her.
Cassie Ventura's attorney told us that Agnifilo's description of the relationship is a, quote, complete disgrace and affront to survivors of domestic violence.
Diddy's daughters aren't even the worst of the bunch. His sons are just as bad as him and have even been named as defendants in several trials associated with him. There is even video footage that shows Justin at Diddy's freak-off parties. In one of these lawsuits, Lil Rod has claimed that Justin was involved in the cover-up of an alleged drive-by shooting and allegedly sourced workers for Diddy.
There are also allegations that Diddy forced these victims to have sex with prostitutes, touched himself. He called these situations freak-offs, and oftentimes he recorded them. Here's where some of the allegations against his son Justin Combs come in. So all this takes us back to February, when Rodney Jones, also known as the producer Lil Rod, filed civil suit against Diddy. In his lengthy lawsuit, Lil Rod straight name drops Justin Combs, describing him as someone who solicits aged girls and workers. There's actually a picture of Justin Combs with an allegedly underage girl shown in the lawsuit. Now, in this specific instance, Lil Rod alleges at least one underage girl came to Diddy's home for a listening party. A sex worker was also apparently solicited and a freak-off ensued. As an aside, this is the same night that Lil Rod alleges Diddy forced him to take a laced shot. He started to feel lightheaded and then woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, naked next to a sex worker. It's important to note Justin Combs is listed as a defendant on this case because, according to Lil Rod, he facilitated Diddy's alleged RICO enterprise and at times participated.
It makes sense that Diddy's daughters are scared of living with people like Diddy and his sons. This is why Cassie ran. She's not urging the judge to not let Diddy get away. In a letter to the judge, Cassie's lawyer wrote, Ms. Ventura believes that Mr. Combs is likely to pose a danger to the victims who testified in this case, including herself, as well as to the community.
The statement from Doug Wigder, her attorney, goes on to say, although the jury did not find Combs guilty of trafficking Cassie beyond a reasonable doubt, she paved the way for a jury to find him guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution. By coming forward with her experience, Cassie's attorney, Doug Wigder, goes on to say, Cassie has left an indelible mark on both the entertainment industry and the fight for justice. We must repeat with no reservation that we believe and support our client, who showed exemplary courage throughout this trial. She testified for 4 days, often quite emotionally so, giving graphic, explicit detail of what she said she was made to do. And Sean Combs did not deny the facts of the freak-offs. Everything that happened in those hotel rooms did not get challenged by the defense. The defense simply saw it differently, as something that went on in a personal, consensual relationship, not trafficking.
It's easy to say that, but when you're experiencing that,
it is. No,
it's easy to say that, but when you're experiencing that kind of at the hands of somebody, I can see why she would be afraid to just up and leave. And if you're thinking about it like this, if you're a person like her, you know where all the bodies are buried. Right. Diddy can't afford to just let her walk away.
Now to the Sean Diddy Combs case. We may learn this week if he will be released on bond while he awaits sentencing. His lawyers filed a request asking the judge to release Combs on $50 million bond. Combs was convicted earlier this month on charges of transportation to engage in prostitution, and he was acquitted of more serious charges of trafficking and racketeering conspiracy. The government is expected to respond by this Thursday. Combs' sentencing is scheduled for October.
What do you think the judge will decide? Will Diddy walk free, or will he spend the rest of his life behind bars? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next update.